According to New York State documents obtained by the Daily Beast and, of course, published in an article this week, Republican Representative Elise Stefanik got her back end handed to her by an ethics panel of the state courts of New York. Here's what happened. Back in, I believe it was October, maybe November of last year, Elise Stefanik was so outraged that Donald Trump was, going through his civil trial with Judge Arthur Engoron, that she went to the state and filed a complaint against Judge Engoron, saying basically he's biased, the prosecutors are biased, everybody's biased against Donald Trump, they're doing illegal things, there's some shady stuff going on, she says. So you, state court ethics panel, you need to investigate this judge and remove him. Well, apparently a couple months ago, actually, the panel came back and said, yeah, nothing you're saying is true or has any basis in reality, so no. And of course, this was actually kept under wraps, again, for months now, before the Daily Beast obtained that document that basically said, you're an idiot, get the hell out of here. Let me read you this. In her complaint letter, Stefanik breathlessly claimed the judge illegally gagged Trump, when in fact the judge merely barred the former president from launching unprecedented attacks against court staff. Stefanik also alleged that Engoron and his law clerk were, quote, partisan Democrat donors, drawing attention to the law clerk's political spending, but conveniently ignoring the fact she was legitimately running for local public office to become a judge herself. Judge Engoron's bizarre and biased behavior is making New York's judicial system a laughingstock, she said in her letter that was dated November 10th. And then on March 14th, the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct chucked out Stefanik's accusation. The legal process typically takes place behind closed doors, but the Daily Beast acquired a copy of the decision. The commission dismissed the complaint, having found no basis on the facts presented to commence an investigation, wrote Robert H. Tembection, the commission administrator and counsel. So, no basis on the facts presented to commence an investigation. In other words, you say a lot of things in your complaint, but you haven't given us any evidence or any reason to actually launch an investigation. Why are we going to waste our time when you can't even give us any kind of evidence to back up anything that you're saying? So why didn't Stefanik announce this when it happened, right? I mean, was the letter dated March 14th? So almost 3 months ago, you knew that you got smacked down by the court system in New York. You didn't bother to tell anybody? You didn't want us to know how embarrassing your little defeat was there, Elise? Now, the reason Elise Stefanik even did this in the first place, and I guarantee you she understood this was going to go nowhere, but she thinks she could be a vice presidential candidate with Donald Trump. So she has to prove herself to be a good and loyal little lapdog. And if that means humiliating yourself in front of the entire judicial system in the state of New York, then by God, Elise Stefanik is going to do it because that's what Donald Trump wants her to do. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.